Morning guys, welcome to the channel. You're with us here in the middle of a forest in Germany on a lovely little wild park up. So peaceful and quiet around here. This is absolutely lovely and we're the only ones here. So what's it like getting out into Europe at the moment and travelling around? Well, we started this trip a couple of weeks ago, so we'll take you back to England and we'll let you know how we got on crossing the channel and driving through France. So, newsflash guys, Rob was due to go down to Portsmouth to have a heater fitted in his van, but that's been cancelled because the guys that were doing it have had to isolate due to COVID, so he doesn't have to go down there anymore, so we're actually free from today. So we've just rang the tunnel to inquire as to what are the chances of getting down there earlier, and they said, yeah, no problem, we can go at 6 o'clock this afternoon. So 4 days earlier, this afternoon we'll be in France. So we just finished breakfast and we've been watching the Explorer's latest video, and apparently all the kids nowadays are skateboarding.
I'm only going to go slow.
Me and Rob, we're in Dorking, we're just going to pop into the boardroom and check out a few skateboards for ourselves. So this afternoon we'll be in A&E.
Oh my god. Now I can see why she's going so slow.
Bye, Greg. Come on, Rob, your turn.
Don't film that bit.
Yeah.
Where's he gone?
Down there. Big kids and their toys, hey? How's it going? Alright?
Alright, that's good. Takes me back to my childhood. So on the motorway we had a massive rock hit the windscreen and got a big chip on the front of the windscreen. Not cracked, but a big enough chip. I want to try and get it sorted out before we go over to France. So we just stopped in a little Brit stop, which is not far from Gatwick Airport, where we met Rob. And I've noticed that there's a national windscreen place just right near the airport, which is only 10 minutes down the road. They open at 8:30. So I'm just going to chance my luck and pull in there and see if they can do a little resin repair on the windscreen. And then that way we've got a bit of peace of mind for when we go abroad. It's not going to split any further. So let's have a look and see what they say, see if they can help us out. So we just popped into National Windscreens here in Crawley, just near the airport, and the guys have had a look at the screen. They said the chip is actually too big to probably repair, but they said it's out of your wiper area. And yeah, I mean it possibly may spread, but they said don't worry, you know, they can't repair it, it would be a screen replacement. So as we've got our train literally this afternoon, we're just gonna have to go, and then hopefully it won't spread at all, and see what occurs. But there we go. So the situation is we were booked in on an early train on Friday morning, which is in about 3 days time, and Rob was going to go down to Portsmouth to get a heater installed on his van. But the company that was going to do the heater have messaged him to say that they're closed due to somebody going down with COVID, so everybody's got to isolate, so they can't do his heater, so that's been cancelled. So here we are, we've got 3 days. We could wait till Friday, but what we decided to do was call the Eurotunnel, see if they could fit us on an earlier train, and as luck would have it, at 6 o'clock this afternoon they got a couple of spaces and have managed to move our booking forward. So we're literally on the M25 now, driving to Folkestone to jump on the train to go across to France. So we just get across to France about 3 days earlier, which is all good, isn't it? So, yeah, happy days. This afternoon we'll be across in Europe. At the French checkpoint, they stopped us and wanted to know what we had in the van. But as soon as I opened the side door and they could see that it was a camper, we were swiftly on our way. So Rob, first trip in the van.
Boom!
Abroad.
Nailed it. No issues whatsoever. Archie's health certificate banged.
Very cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we're early.
Yeah, very early. I literally rang Mandy up and just said, look, there's no issues whatsoever with health certificates. As long as it's filled out right, you're just in, you're out, dog done.
That's cool. We got stopped because it's just a white van in it. I just want to know what's inside it. But...
yeah, because I got pulled into the search area, and then the guy in his like Darth Vader clear mask came up to me and was like, are you carrying anything? And I was like, no, just a dog, mate. And the dog shoved with cocaine and all that sort of stuff. He's like, is your gas turned off? I was like, yeah, it's all done.
I never even asked us that, although the gas is off. But...
he was like, where are you going? I went, mate, there's only one place I can go, is it? Calais. Where does the train go anywhere else? And he was like, you're not going anywhere else? I was like, yeah, but Calais initially, just to get out. And he was like, okay, have a nice day. And then all the police who like been bodybuilding, standing there like, just yes, go. We know who you are, James Bond. Just go.
So we're at the tunnel. We got down here a little bit early. Actually, just wanted to make sure we can get Archie through all the pet control. So we was here by about 2 o'clock, and they've actually, because it's pretty quiet considering there's not. I mean, there's normally this would be rammed here, but there's a few lanes that are completely empty. So they've actually got us on the 3 o'clock train, so we're going to be in France by 4 o'clock this afternoon. Happy days. So we're safely on the tunnel. Lou was having 40 winks just before I woke her up. Might pay for that later. The check-in at passport control was really easy. Just had to obviously show both sets of police, English and French, your passport. We had already printed off our COVID vaccine passport on a separate bit of paper, so we showed them that as well. And the French police just wanted to have a look inside the van. They asked us what it was, because obviously from the outside it just looks like a white panel van. So we just opened the side door, guy had a look inside, and then started chatting to us about where we were heading, and all very friendly, so yeah, no dramas at the border at all. And then we'll let you know, obviously, once we get to France, what the situation is over there. But I think from people that we know that have already been over, it should be pretty easy that side too. So there we are, we're in France. Look at the weather, absolutely glorious. Not a cloud in the sky. Plain sailing coming over on the train. We literally got off the train on the French side, drove out of the terminal straight onto the motorway, so no problems whatsoever. And we're now just heading down south on the west coast, just only about an hour's drive down to a really lovely beach down there. There's a little, I'll say it's a fairly big area there actually, but right on the beach front, and that'll be our first overnight stop. Yeah, brilliant. So excited for this trip. It's going to be absolutely amazing, and we'll keep you in touch with everything that we do, what the restrictions are, you know, with regards to COVID or getting from country to country as we travel around Europe, and let you know how it is. But so far it's been really easy, so long may that continue. First park up in France. I think we're south of Boulogne-sur-Mer on the west coast, and we're in District 9. Check this out. Ooh, they're packed in here. We literally got the last couple of spaces. You can see rows and rows of them. This is not really the ideal park up, but for the first night we'll make do. But there's supposed to be an epic beach further down here, so we're going to go and have a stroll down here and just take a look at it. And just across the other side of the river estuary were hundreds of seals basking in the last of the sunshine. So start of day 2, had a nice little stroll along the promenade. Rob's enjoying his cafe au lait, grande. Yeah, we're sur la plage, on the beach, down here in France, enjoying life. Look at the sunshine, beautiful, not a cloud in the sky. Yeah, really nice. Gonna enjoy this coffee and then take another walk further up the beach.
Actually, you know, when you get out though, feel the warmth.
There was a beautiful long stretch of beach there at Virgoe. We had a really nice stop there. The car park was a little bit overcrowded for our liking. There's far too many people there. We prefer the wilder, quieter spots. So we hit the road again, headed back up north, and find a beautiful little wild camping spot next to the canal. So we've left that lovely little beach. There was a nice little park up there for first stop in France. Massive stretch of beach there, glorious weather as well, which was nice. 2 or 3 walks up and down a promenade, so really enjoyed that as a stopover. We're heading back up north, not far away from Dunkirk. We're going to do a park for night stop surrounded by nature. Hopefully, nice little stop local to a river or canal. Should be quite scenic, very quiet hopefully. Just ourselves there with any luck, fingers crossed. And then later on today, I believe, John and Mandy are coming out. I think they've got their crossing, they managed to bring it forward like we did, and they're supposed to be coming over later today, and I think they're going to come and find us. So we're only just outside Dunkirk, so we're not far from Calais. So yeah, hopefully look forward to seeing them later on today. Hi guys, so we've arrived at our second park up. We've used the Park for Night app and the Surrounded by Nature feature, the little trees that you see on the map, to find something a bit more remote. So we're actually found this little location down a dirt track by the canal, and we're the only ones here thankfully, so this looks like an awesome little location. I'm just in the shelter of the trees because it's a little bit windy, so hopefully that doesn't come out on camera. But I'll spin the camera around just now and you can have a look at where we are. So just behind me here you'll see, hopefully you can see the canal there. I'll nip over there in a minute and I'll take you over there and show you. Sun's right over there behind me, and then pan round a little bit further, and just there obviously you can see the vans in that tiny little gravel car park, and then in front of the vans is just fields as far as you can see really. So it's a beautiful little spot, and the weather's just glorious. Again, it's just an amazing day. It's so warm over here, and you've got massive great big barges going up and down the canal here. Really lovely little spot, and there's loads of these places. These are the sort of camping spots we really like. You know, okay, you can use the airs as a fallback if you get stuck, and you can always guarantee to get parked in an air, and obviously they're good for services, water, dump your grey waste, etc. But this is where it's really at. This is what the van was really built for, these wild camping spots in the middle of nature. And I know it's going to be absolutely fantastic here. It's going to be pitch black, no light pollution later tonight. There's loads of stars out. Yeah, it's just going to be lovely. So we're probably going to stop here for a couple of days, to be honest. Morning, Rob.
Morning.
How you doing, mate?
I'm really good, thank you. You?
Yeah, no, pleased to have you along with us on this trip.
It's been awesome, hasn't it, so far?
Yeah, we've only met you a few months ago, didn't we? But really sort of got on really well together, haven't we?
Like two peas in a pod.
Yeah. Just tell the guys who are watching that maybe don't know who you are just a little bit about yourself.
So I'm Rob, and this is my dog Archie, and we've basically I left the army in 2020 after 30 years, and I retired, and basically went back to my house. I always had a car where me and the dog could go away and stuff, and then I went climbing just before COVID hit, and loads of friends had VWs, and I was like, oh, I should get rid of the car and get a van, and it just went from there basically. And then it was kind of, do I get another job and leave the dog at home? And I did get a job, and I resigned the same day because I was like, sod this, I just can't leave the dog in the house by himself. And then I just made the massive decision to sell the house, build a bigger van, and just go travel and live my life.
I guess you're okay because you kind of retired from the forces, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm very honoured and lucky and humbled by it, because I've earned a pension which I get monthly now, so that enables me to live this lifestyle as well. I also have a shop as well which I run on Etsy, which is adds to my travel money as such, so which is really good. So I'm in a very lucky position.
And this is the first time you've ventured into Europe in the van, isn't it?
Yeah, in a van, yeah. So it's literally been like, I don't know, day 3, day 4, I can't remember now. It seems to be going so slow but so quick. Yeah, it's amazing.
Anywhere in particular you're looking forward to? Or?
I've always wanted to go. Norway's always been on my biggest tick list, but I think for me Norway's got to be one solid trip.
Yeah.
Out of this trip I'm probably doing Romania. I've always been fascinated as a kid by horror films and Dracula, so to go to Bran Castle, the Carpathian Mountains, you know, that would be quite amazing.
Brilliant. Well, that's great to have you along.
Thank you very much. It's been fun.
Here's some more fun adventures, mate.
Just the one beer.
Cheers. So Rob's also got a YouTube channel called Archie and Me. He's going to be filming our trip as well, so you'll probably see things from a completely different perspective. So make sure that you subscribe to his channel, and you're going to be putting out a video probably every week or something like that. Yeah. So yeah, links in the description below. Get subscribed to Rob's channel. Morning guys, it's the start of day 4. Had a couple of days at that lovely little wild camping spot by the side of the canal there. They're really beautiful, those little places, and they're easy to find on Park for Night. And just use the Google satellite view as well, just to check out the location. And I always make sure to read the reviews, so make sure you leave a review as well for other people who are going behind you. And one last thing, always make sure you leave the place really clean and tidy when you go. You know, the last thing you want to do is get a reputation for leaving rubbish everywhere. That just spoils it for everybody else. So yeah, we're heading on our way to Dunkirk. We want to go and check out the museum, some really interesting stuff. Obviously Dunkirk's very famous at the end of the war for getting all the troops back to England, so we want to go and check that out. Then after an overnight stop in Dunkirk, tomorrow we're going to be heading up through Belgium. We might do one stop in Belgium and then on our way to Amsterdam for a few days. We've pre-booked a campsite in Amsterdam in the main city, and then we've got 3 nights at the campsite there. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I've never been there before, so that'll be really interesting. I hope you continue to enjoy our travel. So I hope you enjoyed that first little sample of our trip back into Europe. As you can see, the restrictions are relatively easy. Make sure that you've got your NHS vaccination passport printed off, or a copy on your phone at least, because a lot of the places that you'll go, they'll ask to see that in some of the restaurants and maybe some of the tourist attractions. But other than that, across the borders there's no stops. We haven't been checked at all from country to country, and other than taking normal precautions of wearing masks when you're inside supermarkets and making sure that you sanitize and wash your hands, it's really no more difficult than being at home. So we'll keep you updated as we travel across Europe, and I hope you look forward to watching the rest of our videos. And do make sure that you subscribe. It doesn't cost anything, and it's a great way of saying thanks. So we'll see you on the next video. Cheers. It's your channel called Archie and Me, isn't it? No, but it's Pat the Van and Co, isn't it?
No, Archie, YouTube is Archie and Me. It's Archie and Me at Pat the Van and Go.
Serious? So Rob's also got a YouTube channel called Archie and Me. I'll put all the links in the description below. You're thinking. Right.
Well, let me go again. Right,
Right, cut.
Come on, one more.